Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for being a part of this live bootcamp from L'Oréal Professionnel. This is being watched by hundreds of hairdressers across the country, and very soon it is going to be in thousands. Thank you for your participation. I'm super excited to be here with you. Let's make it a day of fun and education. Okay, how many of you are excited about learning something new? Guys, send me a thumbs up. Come on, let's participate. Okay, send in your thumbs up on your chat box. Thank you, good job. How many of you are excited about designing new looks, new techniques, and new color combinations for your clients? Come on, send me a thumbs up. This is an event which L'Oréal organized for education. So have fun, enjoy your day, and have lots and lots of information coming your way. Superb. Thank you so much for your participation. I know you have taken time out of your busy schedules. I really appreciate that. But I can assure you one thing. The day that you are, or the time that you're spending with us today will be worth the while. Now, what if I tell you by the end of the session, you will be able to add more clientele to your business? Would that be helpful? My name is Pradeep Dhananjayan, Senior Manager Education, L'Oréal Professionnel. I have been working with L'Oréal for the past 14 years, and I have got some finest information that today I can share with you. And I'm super happy and proud to be here in front of you. Thank you for the opportunity. So feel free to ask any questions, any doubts that you have. Type in your questions. My team and myself will be more than happy to take your questions. So, couple of requests before we go ahead. My first request to you is that I want all of you to download the Style My Hair Pro app by the end of the day, or by the end of the session. This is super, super important because we have designed this app for you to elevate your experience when it comes to hair color consultation. Your customers will go through a virtual journey of consultation, and all the more, you will benefit from a much, much easier and successful color transformation for your clients. Number 2, learn and connect. So, Learn and Connect app is designed by L'Oréal for you to learn about the latest in products, in services, in techniques, and post your work and get recognition. Yeah? So these two are very, very, very important for your salon life. So just make sure we have this by the end of the session. So when it comes to color, or hair color shades, reds are flaming hot. They steal all the attention when it comes to high impact hair color shades. In colors, if I can tell you, there is one shade that turns the heads, that is red. From the A-listers of Hollywood to Bollywood, actresses, celebrities, supermodels, all revamping their looks with red. So the last few years, we have seen browns ruling the roost. We had our Parisian chocolate, we had our French browns, we had our Parisian cool, doing or making or bringing so much of business into your salons. So today, we see browns are taking a back seat and reds are moving fast forward. So reds, in fact, have become the third most sought after hair color on Google. And it is the fastest growing too. So friends and folks, presenting to you hair color trend of the season from L'Oréal Professionnel, the red Chérie. So you might be wondering, what does the word Chérie means? Because it's a French word, right? So the word Chérie means love, which means red love. Imagine a beautiful girl with a stunning shade of red. Which woman doesn't want to be? And which man doesn't want it to be with? Yeah. So red has the potential to be the most vibrant of shades. With a very sharp haircut, you can enhance the impact. Curls and waves can add softness, shine, and texture. Products can add the illusion of different tones. However, when it comes to reds, our clients have very different opinions. We as Indians have got a very strong likeness towards red, because one of the colors that we really love to wear for our attire is red. But when it comes to hair color, the opinion changes. Well, when you ask them, what about red? They say, yeah, I saw that. I really liked it. It's really nice. It's looking really nice. But I'm not really sure whether red is going to really suit me or not. Yeah, this is a common statement that you get from most of your clients, or maybe some of your clients. But for me, there definitely is a red for everyone. From the softest to the boldest, from the coolest to the warmest, from the darkest to the lightest, there definitely is a red for everyone. So what is the secret? Where do we start? For me, it's the approach. So by approach, what I mean is getting the language right. 99% of the clients don't change their looks because they are not convinced what we are recommending is ideal for them. So keeping our language positive, open-ended is super important. Observe your clients, their personal style, their personality, their wardrobe. What are they saying? How are they saying it? Are they outgoing or assertive? Are they confident? Are they discreet and shy? So this will basically help you to introduce the right red shade during your consultation. Example, okay, let me give you some example. If I am dealing with someone who is very shy and very discreet, and I propose something really bold and vibrant, the first thing that they would tell you is that red is not the color for me. So it's not in the red, it's in the way that we are proposing it, the way we are trying to identify the client that we are dealing with. So if I'm dealing with someone who is very confident and who really want to play around with the color, and then I start offering them something very mute and very soft and very delicate red, okay, she might say, no, this is not really the color for me. I would rather go back to my blonde or my browns. Yeah. So that's precisely where we really need to look at how we offer the shades of red to our clients more precisely. So another major reason what we have observed in the past when it comes to recommending or proposing a shade to our client is actually something which is very, very close to our consumers. So what if I tell you the reason? Would you be excited? Would that be helpful to you? So the reason for a client not to choose the right shade of color is simply because she doesn't have the visualization of which color really can go with her. But for us hairdressers, we do coloring every single day. We know what is right. We have seen the different tones of red. Okay, we really are familiar with it. But our clients, unfortunately, are not. Yeah. So to help our hairstylists, or to help you overcome this challenge, L'Oréal Professionnel has designed the Style My Hair Pro app, a brilliant support system for every stylist to pick and choose a right shade. So this will help the clients, the color service, an unforgettable journey in the salon. Yeah. I'm sure that most of you know how to, or some of you know how to work with the Style My Hair Pro app. Okay, so here I'm going to simply show you how this can really, really work for you. So you can simply operate Style My Hair Pro app on your mobile as well. So I'm sure that everybody lives with a smartphone these days. No questions asked. So here I have the Style My Hair Pro app with me, which has got the mood board. So the mood board is all about Excuse me for a second. I'm just trying to connect this. Uh, so the mood board is all about finding out what are our clients' likes and dislikes. Yeah, so because it has got plenty of images.
कैमरे की तरफ दिखा के
Yeah, plenty of images which can really, really take your client through a journey of shades. So we have put in the latest of color trends from Style My Hair Pro app. So you can see the red Chérie there. So you can ask your client to refer to a color that really she thinks is the right one for her. So now it is time for you to take her through a visual journey of color, a virtual transformation of color. Going onto the page, the 3D try-on will definitely help your client literally see how the color can come on her hair. So look in her face, select the shade, move the cursor up and down to see how vibrant or how subtle you can go with her. Strike it through the middle to see what technique can be appropriate or ideal for her. So once you decide the intensity of the shade and the right tone, okay, after you play around with the 3D try-on, now your job is to move to the swatch book, which basically is your new shade card. So folks, you don't need to have a physical shade card in the salon anymore. What you have is a virtual shade card. So click on the reds. The entire palette of reds open up, and then go to the filters, select clear, select your reds and violets, and apply. This will give you the unique red shades that we have in our palette. Okay, let me give you an example. If the client has decided to go with a 6.62, now you can start proposing her which of the highlights can go with her global shade. So let's say I put on the Maggi Contrast Red. Yes, it's blending, but still there is a bit of warmth coming in the red. So why not I try the Magenta Red? So you can see the Magenta Red is very much in line with your 6.62. But it's not that you can't use a red. For a result which is slightly on the bolder and the varying side, you can play around with red. But if your client is looking for something really complementing, really blending with her global, you can take her through this journey. So my advice to you is I always show the color probably that is a little on the off side, then you bring her to the color that can perfectly blend in. Help you reduce time in terms of consultation. So how do we take the shade combinations? It's completely dependent on the personality that you work in, the personal style that you work in. Yeah. But once you decided the combination, so the next is applying the technique. So what if I tell you, I can give you a couple of secrets which can help you design the perfect technique for your client. Would that be helpful to you? Great. So where to start? So the starting point is understanding the bone structure of your client, which is very crucial. How soft or bold it is or strong it is, how square or how round it is, how triangular or how rectangular it is, everything plays a part. Imagine if you are putting the wrong technique on a face shape, instead of complementing the overall look, it will be creating a lot of unwanted attention. So your client wouldn't be happy about it. So most important thing is identifying the right technique for your client. For that, the secret is the bone structure of your client's face and head. So now, you know how to select the combination, which is basically based on your client's likes and dislikes, her personality, how confident she is, how discreet she wants to be, or how outgoing she is. And now you know the technique, what technique to apply for which frame of face. But there is something which is super duper important as well. And that is the natural fall of your client's hair. Okay? You know that every time when L'Oreal launch a collection, we tell you that take a diagonal forward section or diagonal backward section. So it can be diagonal forwards, diagonal backwards, or it can be horizontal sections. It can be sometimes even zigzag sections. Why do we do that? Do you think that we get bored with these techniques? That's why last year we took diagonal forward. So let's take this time it's diagonal backward. Absolutely no. So if I can share some very interesting aspects about when to take a diagonal forward line and when to take a diagonal backward line, that can really help you enhance the visibility of the color. Yeah? Because the angle of your sections is completely about how much visible that you can make the shade. So again, we need a starting point, right? So how do we keep the discussion going forward in this case? Any clue? If you have any idea about it, please type in on your text box. We will be able to give you a thumbs up. So please participate so we know that you are very much in connection with what we are sharing with you, because this is really, really important. So the training that what we are doing today with this boot camp is not just about giving you a collection and asking you to do this is what it is. We are helping you to design a new technique, a new look, a new image for your client. So it's all about personalizing. Yeah? The Red Chérie collection is not just about shades of red or love for red. It's also about how you learn to personalize and become masters at your art. So let me come back to the information, a very crucial information. So the angle of the section is completely dependent on the natural fall of your client's hair. For example, so let me put the dummy head here, which I colored and prepared, and I'm going to demonstrate, or I'm going to show you from there for your more understanding. All right? I hope everybody can see this clear. Right? Okay. So I just told you about the natural fall of your client's hair. Right? In other words, we call it the distribution. So always inquire or always find out from your client in which direction she wants to wear her hair. Does she want to wear the hair forward or backwards? Yeah? So if your client is saying that I love to wear all my hair forward, then definitely you are going to go with diagonal backward sections. Okay? By diagonal backward, I mean sections that basically move away from the face. Yeah? So imagine if she's wearing her hair forward, okay, and you're taking your sections backwards. Yeah? So you will get the maximum visibility of the color. So you can continue this panel even at the back of the head too, because when she brings all the section forward, she's going to get all the color placement which you have put in. You know, there are many, many times when you put the color in, and then, you know, and the client say that, no, where is the color? I don't see the color. Yeah, it's a very, very common scenario. That's simply because we really did not find out how the hair moves around. Right. A scenario in which if she's saying that I wear my hair backwards, okay, and you put a lot of diagonal backward sections, when she takes it back, all she can see will be just one single panel of color. Rest, everything disappears. So the money that she's investing in, the time that she's investing in will not be worth the while. So hair that moves backwards always work with forward moving sections. So by forward moving, simply take a diagonal piece which is towards the face. And now you can see when she's putting it back, all the color nicely opens up. Yeah, makes sense? Are you guys getting some good information? Excellent. Okay, so what if I deal with somebody who really love to have fun with their hair? They want to play around with their hair. Okay, they are very confident about their look. Okay, they don't want anything very discreet and soft and shy. They really want to enhance their features. They want to get a lot of attention. They want a lot of color placement going through. Okay, they want to wear it forward or backwards, or maybe they want to put it up, have a lot of fun. So in this case, what I can really suggest is that playing around with sections which are more on a zigzag pattern, because either she moves forward or she moves backward, you are definitely going to see the color there. Okay? So let me demonstrate you a version of the forward-backward movement, which can create a lot of visibility to the color. So I'm going to demonstrate you something really, really interesting today for you. But before explaining that, let me just talk a little bit about my preparation, which is a very, very crucial part in achieving the final result. So I would say I consider her as a personal style, somebody who is very confident, bold. She wants to kind of show off her color, really want to have fun with the color. So my shade selection will always be on the brighter side or visible side. So I have prepared the model's hair with 6.62 Majirel Global with 30 volume, and now I'm going to put pieces of lightness just to get more attraction of light and more visibility. Now, the technique. So I'm going to apply a technique. So my technique is dependent on how round, how square, or how triangle or rectangle the hair is. So as you can see, the hair or the face shape is basically on little closer, yeah, a little bit on the softer bone frame. I would say slightly on the oval and triangular, reverse triangular structure. So my idea is to create a lot of illusion of lightness through the mid of the hair, nothing much to the top. Okay, but the technique is not just for sections or head shape which are for triangular. It can be applied to any head shape depending on how you play around with it. Yeah. So my technique applied is going to be majorly toward the mid to ends to enhance the widthness or increase the widthness and decrease the length of the hair, right? And my application basically is going to be in a very, very interesting and unique way, which I'm going to kind of demonstrate here for you. So I'm going to start with diagonal backward section for her, keeping in mind that she would like to wear the hair forward. Yeah? And then I go with another section pattern, which will help her to show visibility backwards as well. So a nice and clean section, keeping the rest of the hair off the way. And I'm going to take a thin slice of hair. I would rather say a subsection. And I'm going to put some interesting lighter pieces through the section, right? So the product that I'm going to use for my model is Magi Contrast Magenta Red. So remember, I use 6.62, which is slightly on the cooler side of red. So I would like to go with a cooler version of red, which is my magenta red. So I put my 30 volume, 40 ml into the bowl. Now, so I'm going to take half tube of my magenta red. Okay, so the product will be mixed till I get a very, very nice creamy texture. So I actually prefer mixing with a whisk rather than a brush, because normally we mix it with a brush and put that brush on the hair, and we end up getting a lot of patches. So they say cleanliness is next to godliness. So even in coloration, it's still applicable. So mixing it nice and creamy. So here, You can see the transformation. You have been using Maji contrast for probably since you started hairdressing. Okay, so having done my mixing, so I'm going to apply the technique. So my section, which I have taken. So if I want to do just a little bit of slight soft freehand application, I can do that. So I'm going to just put a little bit of product. So remember, the idea is to create more volume through the sides. So when I want to create more volume through the sides, my heavier part of the application moves up, and the softer or the external part of the application will kind of come down. Yeah. So just freehand, just putting a little bit of product, starting from the middle and going to the sides. Again, starting from the middle of the section, which is a heavier part, and going to the external or the exterior of the application, and just applying or bringing it towards the end. All right? So here, my application is very soft and feathery, and as I'm moving to the center, it's quite heavy.
Sir, tilt her head, a little bit more.
Okay, so I'm just making it a little bit more convenient for you to see it. I hope everybody can see this very clearly. So the technique applied, and again, pushing color through the sections just to saturate the ends really well. So this way, I get maximum visibility through my sides and very less near the root area. So instead of just closing the foil completely, what I prefer doing here is that, just put another foil to create a very, very soft, natural looking lift, which is not a lot of strikingly vibrant transformation. Right. So moving forward to the next section, my next section is basically going to be a diagonal forward section, which cuts into my previous section. So this basically is at the midpoint of my previous section. Now here, again, taking a thin slice, yep, and you have two options. Either you can do a freehand, or you can do your foil placement. Section.
Show it to the camera.
So a little bit on the higher side, just to break that monotony of same application. Bringing it down.
Just like that.
Product, saturating the ends, and closing it with another foil to trap the oxygen and get more lift. You can lock the foil if you want, which is a very, very common practice, but as far as more natural and softer results go, we tend to kind of leave it slightly open. So the lift will be very, very soft and natural. So in my next section, actually is in the diagonal backward manner, so which basically start from the middle of my previous section and go straight into the hairline. Now here, if you want to do a little bit of contouring with the with your result, you can do that. You can play around with your application. So always hold your section in a 45-degree angle, not in a 90, and not completely to the natural fall, because to maintain that tension, it's super important that your elevation kind of supported. Okay, starting from the middle and gently working to the sides. So your application is very much in control. So normally what we do is that we kind of start from the sides with a lot of product. Okay, see, there's a lot of product. And that gives us a lot of heaviness. So here, clean your brush and just take a tiny line of product. And this line basically gets recreated on the hair. So starting from the middle, gently going up to the side, keeping the minimum amount of color. So if I'm dealing with, let's say, a triangular face, the heavy part of my application moves to the end, and which is the interior part, and the exterior part of the application goes very, very soft and subtle. Larger strokes to the ends. You can do a little bit of blending just to make sure that it disappears nicely. And some more product to saturate the ends and get more vibrancy through the mid and the ends. So this technique can be applied to somebody who is more confident, outgoing. They want plenty of colors to come through, because normally when you take diagonal backward, you have a lot of block hair coming in between, which basically give you a lot of background with a dark color. But in this case, this transformation is going to be all through the mid, because back to back, and then you're going backward and forward will give you much, much more visibility to the color. So moving on, my next section, I'm about to kind of reach the top, but my next section is diagonal forward, which is cutting into my diagonal backward. So here it's not a zigzag, which we are not usually very much used with. Zigzag, we take the, let's say we take the exact pattern, following pattern. Here, you're going one piece towards moving down this way, and the other one basically from here going up. And we also know that there is something called horizontal section. Now, when do we take horizontal section? For what type of haircut? For what type of face shape? So if any of you know this, please send it on the chat box. My team will be giving you a thumbs up for that. So when do we take horizontal sections? Right? Moving again from the center, gently moving up, and from the center, again, application, moving up. And here, more saturation of the product. And with using the tip of the brush, just blend your line so that you get a very natural transformation starting from the top to down. Okay, more saturation. Softness on the top, more heaviness through the sides. So you can see my application is very, very micro when it comes to the upper part, but as I'm moving towards the end, my application is heavy and long. So it's basically all about getting into a system of application so that to alter it to get a different result altogether. So what's my next section now? My next section is back to diagonal backward again. So now you can see it's pretty much reaching the top. So if I want to do more of face framing, etc., I can really push these shades very close to the root and get a nice money piece coming through the front. Okay, and that can really enhance somebody who has got, let's say, a square face or a round face. So the idea is to give lightness to the top and keeping the sides very natural and very soft. Okay, so having taken the section, which is a diagonal backward, so I'm going to do, since I want to keep the color pretty much softer on the top, because I told you earlier that she's somebody who is having, maybe an oval face or slightly on the triangular end, I'm just going to avoid too much of color coming on the top. Okay, but remember, it's all depending, your technique application is completely dependent on the face shape that you work with. Again, product, starting from the mid, moving up to the sides, but just limiting the reach of the outline to the top. So I kind of stop somewhere before, so there is some natural hair to completely cover it, so her roots look on the natural and the softer side, while the ends can, and the sides and the ends can look really bright and vibrant. So just softening it in a reverse angle so that she doesn't get any patchy or heavy result at some midway point, because that normally happens. Product, gently applied, more heaviness through the ends, and here we go. A soft trapping of oxygen just to get more natural and beautiful finish. So I'm left with the last section, which is at the top. So this section is the veil, which basically act as a curtain to kind of give the illusion of, kind of a hidden illusion of the color. That means when the haircut moves, when you really open it up, or when you really style it, yeah, so the color kinds of peep through to show you that definition of color. Because if you put too much everywhere, so then it's as good as it's not there. So always remember, less is more. Yeah. So technique applied, very, very clean, precise way of placement, keeping in mind the combination that the personality or the personal style of the client needs, the bone frame of the client, the natural movement of her hair, etc., etc. So we have kind of designed a look rather than simply telling you that take your diagonal forward or backward sections. Okay. So this information, like I said in the beginning, should definitely help you to elevate your, or elevate the quality of the color service that you offer in the salon, and get more and more footfall coming in, asking for you, helping you to make a color destination salon. Because coloring is the biggest thing in salon business. Now, I also mentioned about horizontal section. So let me give you some insights about horizontal section in the coming part of my presentation. So right now, we're going to see some real transformation. Yeah, some real transformative work which we have done on some beautiful models. So it's time for them to come in, and let's have a look at how it is. Thank you so much. Do post in your questions in the group. We'll be more than happy to attend all your queries. My beautiful model, Aditi. So you see some really, really bold and vibrant color technique going through on Aditi's hair. So let's kind of get to it. A couple of things which we can really understand from what Aditi can really have, because when we consulted Aditi, what we understood is that she's looking forward to having more fun with her hair. So she's pretty sporty, she's pretty bold, she's very confident about wearing her look. So we saw something that with a combination of more richer and vibrant and visible will really do. So we worked with shades of 6.62 for Aditi, and also the combination of lighter pieces, we really worked with the lightness through the mid to ends of her hair. The reason why, because as you can see, the bond frame is pretty closed, and it's slightly on the petite side, so we want to increase a lot of movement and volume through the haircut. So that's what we have done for Aditi. And for the lighter pieces, the shade that we selected is magenta red. Now for technique, for visibility, we played with the most moving application technique, or a technique which can give you a lot of movement into the hair color. So what we played with her was the diagonal backward and forward style. So let's have Aditi's. So that's a section pattern which I have been talking to you about, how you really can work with this type of requirement when it comes to your model. So I'm just going to draw the shade combination that I have done for Aditi. So for the global, I have worked with 6.62 and 20 volume. So this was the overall color which was given into Aditi. And for working with that lightness,
please tell audience ke let's see her before the photo.
Highlights, it was magenta red plus 30 volume. So to be on the precise side, what we did was we placed the magenta red panels, and once we completed the panel placement, we started doing the global with 6.62 and 20 volume through the mid, then left it for 15 minutes, and then 6.62 with 20 volume on the roots overall, and then 35 minutes. And we did a beautiful styling for Aditi with the latest in styling range product that you will definitely gonna hear about very soon. So thank you, Aditi. Thank you very much. So we have another beautiful model on whom we did another beautiful creation of color. So let's have our second model on stage. Thank you. Have a seat, Nimisha. So this is my beautiful model, Nimisha. So Nimisha came into the salon with, she was quite shy. She was quite afraid of having red. She said that I never had red in my life. Yeah, this is the first time I'm going with it. So please be nicest to me. So what we did was, we did take Nimisha through a journey of virtual transformation using the Style My Hair Pro app, help her decide the right tone for her. So I would say Nimisha is somebody who is very discreet, shy, and she really wants to blend into the crowd. Rather than kind of getting noticed and visible, she really wants to be part of the crowd. So the shades that we recommended were 5.5, 20 volume, and placement of Maggi Contrast Magenta Red. But before that, let's have a look at the before picture of Nimisha. Yep. All right. So you also how Nimisha is looking like, or was looking like, not is looking at, she was looking like, and the transformation that we brought in for somebody who has that fear for red. Okay, but today I can say Nimisha is the most confident girl. Yeah, so one color literally transformed her into a completely different personality. See what magic that you can do in the salons. So now the color combination is very, very unique for Nimisha, considering the fact that she wants a softness of the result. But when the application of the product, we looked at her face shape, and she has somewhere around, slightly on the softer and the rounder side. So we really wanted to bring the color slightly forward by placing some beautiful panels from the top. Yeah? So a lot of movement and panels from the top, but that eventually becoming heavier at the ends. So this kind of technique will definitely give you the illusion of length rather than the width. So for Nimisha, the idea is that not to give so much of width, because she already has got a decently broad shoulder. You put too much of color on the side, it can attract a lot of attention on the side, and it can kind of really make you look not younger. Yeah? So let's understand the kind of placement that what we did for Nimisha. You can also see the natural fall of Nimisha's hair is pretty forward. She told us that she really wanted to wear the hair forward. So we went with backward sections for Nimisha. Okay, let's have a quick look at, and not only backward, and also a little bit of movement and zigzag into it. So let's just understand what we have really played with Nimisha's hair. So you can see, so movement of color, very, very defined and classic, but really, really enhancing her overall features. So in Nimisha's case, you can also work around with diagonal backward sections, but here we have chosen the zigzag to give her more of a confident personality. So my global was done with 5.5 and 20 volume, and my highlights was Machi contrast red. With 30 volume. So if I wanted more vibrancy into the color, I could definitely have gone with a 30 volume for the global and a 30 volume for my highlights, just to get that extra lightness into the hair. But I think today, as I can see, she's not really afraid of carrying red anymore. So we have done the first step of making her believe that she can have red in her hair for the first time. So thank you so much, Nimisha. So how are you guys enjoying? Are you learning something new? Are you learning something interesting? Guys, this is a time for you to send a thumbs up. Please put in your thumbs up. If you are learning a thing that can really, really help you to build more clientele in the salon, send in your thumbs up. We'll be more than happy to share you as much as information as you want. So since morning, you have seen so many interesting stuff, from consultation to designing a new combination, applying the right technique, and creating a designed look for your client. So I'll be joining back you soon with more color techniques and some real transformations. But now, it is time for you to become famous by using this information. So today, we are very fortunate because we have a young, talented, dynamic artist over here with us who has been leading the West One team on social media front and management. So let's welcome the one and only Asst Soni. Thank you, everybody. See you soon.
hello everyone, how are you all? How are you doing? I am super duper excited to see each and every one of you. So actually I was just going through chat. So hello Sakshi, hello Prateek, how are you doing? I can see excitement, many thumbs up, huh? Great, yeah? So I hope everybody is enjoying the session. If you have any query, any questions, you can just put it on your chat box, okay? And we'll make sure कि हम सारे questions का answer करें. So guys, to start with, yes, of course, today I'm here to introduce digital to you. So I agree to it, and even you'll agree with the same that digital बहुत important role play करता है. Don't you think so? आजकल आप देखो, even during lockdown, after lockdown, हम लोगों ने Instagram, Facebook पे कितना scroll किया है, right? So क्या हो गया है कि काफ़ी connectivity बढ़ गई है, ठीक है, रीच बढ़ गया है, हमारा इंटरेस्ट जो है वो थोड़ा सा चेंज हो चुका है, एंड इवन यस हम क्लाइंट को भी इसके थ्रू कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. सो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप क्या है? प्रॉपर कंसल्टेशन, राइट. सो जैसा आपको अभी बताया गया कि आप स्टाइल माय हेयर प्रो ऐप का यूज कर सकते हो आपके क्लाइंट को दिखाने के लिए कि उसका ट्रांसफॉर्म लुक या ट्रांसफॉर्म कलर कैसा दिखेगा उसके ऊपर, ठीक है. सो ये एक क्या हो गया, एक डिजिटल मीडियम हो गया. ओके, सो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट गाइस. जहाँ पे पहले हम शेड कार्ड के थ्रू कंसल्टेशन करते थे, वहाँ पे अब आप डिजिटल कंसल्टेशन कर सकते हो, ठीक है. सो इजंट इट इंटरेस्टिंग एंड एक्साइटिंग? सो इफ यस, शो मी सम थम्स अप. कम ऑन गाइस, आई वांट टू सी दैट एक्साइटमेंट. ओके, सो टू स्टार्ट विथ, येस ऑफ कोर्स डिजिटल इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड डिजिटल में आपके पास अलग अलग प्लेटफॉर्म होता है टू वर्क विद. नाउ इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट, हमारे पास भी कुछ डिफरेंट और कुछ यूनिक है आपके लिए, ठीक है, जहाँ पे कि आप अपना टैलेंट शोकेस कर सकते हो. ओके, सो वी हैव लॉरियल प्रोफेशनल पेज, जहाँ पे कि हम लोग वीकली बेसिस पे आपका जो वर्क है वो अपलोड भी करेंगे. ओके, अब येस ऑफ कोर्स वर्क अपलोड करने के लिए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्या होता है? कुछ चेक पॉइंट्स. ऑफ कोर्स जब हम भी कोई कंटेंट इंस्टाग्राम, फेसबुक पे या किसी भी डिजिटल साइट पे पोस्ट करते हैं, हमारे पास कुछ चेक पॉइंट्स होते हैं. सो आई एम गोना शेयर व्हाट वर्क्स द बेस्ट फॉर मी. ओके, सो फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट बैकग्राउंड. डोंट यू थिंक सो? बैकग्राउंड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इफ यू अग्री विद मी, काइंडली प्लीज सेंड मी अ थम्स अप. ओके, सो अगर आप चाहते हो कि आपका जो कंटेंट है उसका विजिबिलिटी प्रॉपर रहे, सो मेक श्योर कि आप एक प्लेन बैकग्राउंड का यूज़ करें. अ प्लेन वाइट और ब्लैक बैकग्राउंड वुड वर्क फॉर यू. ओके, सेकेंड एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग कि जब भी आप कोई बिफोर एंड आफ्टर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन पिक्चर अपलोड करो, देयर शुड बी अ सिमिलर बैकग्राउंड. ओके, सो दैट पीपल कैन रिलेट टू इट. ओके, एंड सेम गोज विद द प्रोफाइल. वाइल क्लिकिंग अ पिक्चर, जब भी आप कोई पिक्चर क्लिक करते हो, ठीक है, सो क्लाइंट का जो प्रोफाइल है वो सेम होना चाहिए. सो फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल, मैंने बिफोर पिक्चर में अगर साइड प्रोफाइल क्लिक किया है, ओके, तो आफ्टर पिक्चर में भी इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू आस्क योर क्लाइंट टू पोज इन द सेम वे. ओके, क्योंकि कभी कभार क्या होता है, क्लाइंट थोड़ा सा कॉन्शियस हो जाता है, ओके, इन टर्म्स ऑफ शोकेसिंग देयर फेस, बट जस्ट इन केस इफ शी इज विलिंग टू गो फॉर इट, व्हाई नॉट, शी कैन, but she needs to smile because she is very happy with the transformation, isn't it? Okay, so there should be some excitement also. Now adding to it is कि lights बहुत important role play करती हैं, isn't it? Why? क्योंकि let's say different lights में हम लोगों को color का visibility भी अलग अलग देखने को मिलता है, ठीक है. So if I start with lights में, natural lights works the best. Don't you think so? Natural light में हम लोग जब भी कोई content create करते हैं, it works for us. Okay, but just in case if you are using ring lights, okay, because ring lights we use these days, okay, so ring lights के time पे आपको एक ideal distance maintain करके रखना है ring light से, okay, it should not be too closer or too far away. So this is a big investment, but I think it is a worth investing because आपके सारे content आप बहुत अच्छे lights में click कर पाओगे. Even ring lights में adjustment का option भी होता है, तो आप अपने हिसाब से lighting adjust भी कर सकते हो. नाउ वन मोर थिंग जो आई थिंक आप लोगों ने भी नोटिस किया होगा कि जब भी हम कोई भी कंटेंट क्लिक करते हैं तो कभी कभार शैडोइंग आती है, ठीक है, या फिर कोई भी चीज़ हमारे लाइट को ब्लॉक भी करने की कोशिश करती है. तो उस सिचुएशन के अंदर व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, यू कैन यूज़ एडिशनल लाइट्स. आप एडिशनल लाइट्स का यूज़ कर सकते हो या फिर अगेन रिफ्लेक्टर्स का आप यूज़ कर सकते हो, सो दैट आपका जो कंटेंट है वो प्रॉपरली विजिबल हो सके. ओके, इसके अलावा yes of course whenever you are clicking any sort of a content make sure that you click maximum pictures, ठीक है? तो हमें maximum pictures click करनी है, लेकिन सिर्फ कुछ ही select करनी है और जो best है picture उसी को ही upload करना है, ठीक है? Adding to it is, अगर मैं बात करूँ click करने का, तो click हम किससे करते हैं? कैमरा से, राइट? तो कैमरा क्वालिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है, ठीक है? आपने कभी देखा होगा जब लेट्स से कि मैं सेम कंटेंट दो अलग अलग फोन से क्लिक करती हूँ, मुझे वेरिएशंस देखने को मिलते हैं, फिर हम क्या पूछते हैं, अरे यार आपका कौन सा कैमरा है, राइट? विच मीन्स व्हाट कि कैमरा क्वालिटी मेक्स अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस, इजंट इट? तो आपका जो कैमरा होना चाहिए वो हाई रेजोल्यूशन का होना चाहिए सो दैट आप अपने वर्क को प्रॉपरली पोर्ट्रे कर सको, ओके? रादर देन दिस इफ आई गो, स्टाइलिंग भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है. सो बहुत अच्छी डिश बनी है, बट हाउ यू प्रेजेंट इट, दैट्स टेक द डील ऑन इट, ओके? सो प्रेजेंटेशन प्लेज अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. सो वर्क ऑन योर स्टाइलिंग, मेक श्योर कि एंड्स फ्रिजी नहीं होने चाहिए, ठीक है? बहुत शाइन होनी चाहिए बालों के अंदर, सो दैट क्लाइंट कैन रिलेट कि यार मेरे को भी ऐसा हेयर चाहिए, ओके? एडिंग टू इट इज कि कंटेंट जब भी आप कोई भी पोस्ट करते हो, नाउ देयर आर मल्टीपल वेज ऑफ पोस्टिंग इट, ठीक है? जैसे कि आपका बिफोर एंड आफ्टर कंटेंट हो गया, जो वीडियोस हैं वो भी आप पोस्ट कर सकते हो, बट वीडियोस में एक छोटा सा सजेशन है कि आप अपने वीडियो को शॉर्ट रखें, स्वीट रखें और क्रिस्प रखें, ठीक है? इट शुड बी रेलिवेंट. एक और चीज़ जो यहाँ पे मैं ऐड ऑन करना चाहूँगी कि आप रील्स, बूमरैंग, रिवाइंड वीडियोस के थ्रू भी क्लाइंट को एंगेज करके रख सकते हो. So your profile is your brand image, okay? This is completely in your hand how you need to portray your name, okay? For you to be famous. So it is very important कि जो भी आपका client या आपके followers जो भी content को सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद कर रहे हैं, आप उसी से related content post करो. And posting is very important. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए आज post किया फिर एक महीने के बाद दूसरा post आ रहा है. It should not be like this. There should be a connectivity in the post. So keep posting, okay? अब हम बात करते हैं पोस्ट के साथ साथ सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट क्या होता है, कैप्शन. क्योंकि कैप्शन क्या देता है, एक ब्रीफ देता है क्लाइंट को कि आपका कंटेंट किस चीज़ के बारे में है, ठीक है? सो आपका जो भी कैप्शन है काफ़ी शॉर्ट, क्रिस्प और रेलेवेंट रखना है. इसके अलावा एंड में आपने देखा है हैशटैग्स होते हैं. सो हैशटैग्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं क्योंकि हैशटैग्स आपकी रीच बढ़ाने में हेल्प करते हैं, ठीक है? जैसे फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल मुझे चाहिए एक बहुत ब्यूटीफुल बालेयाश, ओके? सो व्हाट आई विल सर्च हैशटैग बेस्ट बालेयाश, ओके? सो क्या होगा, बेस्ट बालेयाश जिसने भी हैशटैग पुट किया होगा मेरे को उन सब लोगों का कंटेंट विजिबल होगा, ओके? सो हैशटैग्स नीड्स टू बी रेलेवेंट, ओके? एंड जो मैंने बोला था आपको कि हम लोग भी आप लोगों का जो वर्क है वो अपने पेज पे प्रमोट करने वाले हैं. सो इमेजिन एक आपको इंटरनेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म मिल रहा है जहाँ पे कि आपका वर्क हम लोग प्रेजेंट करेंगे. सो यू हैव टू यूज आवर हैशटैग्स, हैशटैग ट्रेंड कलेक्शन जिसके लिए आज हम यहाँ हैं, हैशटैग रेड शेरी आई लव, okay? Hashtag L'Oréal Prof India and hashtag L'Oréal Prof West One so that you guys can promote your work. Adding to it is कि आपको अगर कोई भी एजुकेशन इनसाइट चाहिए, अगर आपको अपने आप को डिजिटली अपग्रेड करना है, ठीक है, विद न्यू टेक्निक्स और समथिंग न्यू फॉर योर सैलून, सो हमारे पास लॉरियल में एक लॉरियल एजुकेशन इंडिया प्रोफाइल भी है इंस्टाग्राम पे. सो गाइज प्लीज़ 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 डू फॉलो अस ओवर देयर, ठीक है? एंड आपको वहाँ पे काफ़ी सारे IGTV लाइव वीडियोस मिलेंगे. गो एंड सी टू इट, क्योंकि हर बार क्लाइंट को क्या चाहिए होता है, कुछ नया, कुछ डिफरेंट. सो वाई डोंट वी बिकम समवन हु कैन गिव देम अ चेंज और हु कैन गिव अ डिफरेंस टू देम, ओके? सो एडिंग टू इट इज, जैसा मैंने आपको बोला, स्टाइलिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है. सो व्हाई डोंट वी लर्न फ्यू टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स और मे बी सम फैंटास्टिक स्टाइलिंग विच इज chic, edgy, okay? So I would like to call up on stage none other than Anushka Pigaro to explain us all. Thank you so much, guys. So Anushka, can I have you on stage, please? Thank you so much, Anushka.
So far, we have seen some amazing looks and techniques created from the Red Cherry collection and amazing insights on how to create content for your social media. Modern hairdressing is all about styling and styling plays a very important role for finishing of any looks. So are you guys ready to explore some super cool styling techniques? Great. My name is Anushka Pegado, Senior Educator, L'Oréal Professionnel, and today I would be showcasing you some super easy, modern and chic styling techniques. But before that, remember, great styling comes with great products. So for that, we are super pleased to introduce 4 new additions in our new TechniArt range portfolio. These products will help you to add mirror-like shine, also to create new modern texture and to amplify the volume in the hair. But let us also understand how do we use this product. So while we understand how to work these products onto the hair, it's important, first things first, it's important to set the base right. Well, to create the base for my model, we have certain products wherein the technology can transform itself. So first product that I have for you guys is the transformer gel. So here introducing the TechniArt transformer gel. This product is a dual texture product that can offer you the best of both worlds. The product comes in a mousse texture that can be applied on damp hair to create some volume and to prep the hair. Well, the transformation of the product is all about emulsifying it onto your hands, and you see the transformation from a mousse to a gel that can be used to create more shape and shine onto the hair. Right now, we all know that I'm going to start with the demonstration. So I have my model here with me, and I'm going to start by showing you some techniques that can be really easily utilized by you in the salon. Well, talking about styling, we know that creating very, very structured hair is a thing of the past. So I'm going to demonstrate some really easy, modern looking styling which can be used in the salon on any client to create amazing looking hair. Well, to prepare the hair here, I'm going to take a section and clip my model's hair away from the face. And like I said, I have the TechniArt Pli with me, which is a thermoprotecting texturizing mist. And I'm going to just gently mist the product onto the lens and ends and emulsify it through. To begin the styling, guys, I'm just going to plug in the tong. Okay. Well, now that I have my tong, curling tong connected in, I'm going to show you how do we start with this sectioning. So all I'm doing here is taking a horizontal section. If you want, you can take a diagonal forward or a diagonal back section. Try not to take a wide section, divide it into 2 parts, and if your section is really broad, you can also divide it into 3 parts. Since I've already applied my constructing product here, that's the new TechniArt Pli, I'm going to start by taking this section and now doing the tongs. So the tongs here is very, very easy. All you need to do is wind the hair in the curling tong and gently wrap it around the hair, and twisting it from below, you bring it downwards. So this will also help to create some really soft movement in the hair, and also give you a very natural looking movement in the hair, not creating very structured look. Again, watch me. This is how we move it around the tongue, twisting it gently. You pull it, twist it around, and then leave it. So likewise, we repeat the entire section on the top as well. Take a horizontal section, clip the section away, and we repeat it. Don't forget to spray your product, emulsify it through, and you begin with curling the hair again. Wrap the hair around the curl, twist it from below, and then gently pull it across. Same has to be repeated. So for any color techniques that you do, for any haircut that you do for your clients, you always look for styling that can be easily achieved. This is one of the styling that can be achieved in shorter time, plus it will also give your client a very different and natural looking style. Since I have a broader section going on, I will divide my hair into 3 parts. For the front, it's important to also note from where do you want to begin curling the hair. Do you want to start from the top, or if you want to accentuate her bone structure, you can also create a guide point for her face and then start tonging from there. Repeating the whole part again. And quickly creating my waves in the hair. And my last section, which again, I'm going to divide it into 2 parts and quickly finish this as well. So you turn, twist it, and then leave the ends. Remember, the ends doesn't really have to be undone. You need to just slide your curling tong through the ends, but giving it an unfinished result. Now that I have the entire styling completed, we know one thing that's very important for a style is to add on shine onto the hair. So here we have the Techniart ring light, which is a top coat for creating shine on the hair, and I'm going to spray it all over. Now that we have our ring light into the hair, just gently use your fingers to create the separation. Remember, don't try to run through your fingers too much, or else it will not give you the right separation that you're looking for. So just gently open the hair out. And in case, if you're looking on creating some texture into the hair, then we also have the new Savage Panache, which can be sprayed onto the hair to create some texturized effect and to give your client a complete new look. So well guys, here I had a quick styling technique for you all, and I hope you go back to your salon and try this on your clients as well. Before I exit, remember, we still aren't done here. So it's still time to see some real transformations that we have created on our models in the Red Cherry theme. So bringing back on stage Mr. Pradeep.
So we are back with some real life transformations. So this is my beautiful model, Ekata. So again, Ekata, when she came into the salon, she liked the idea of red, but she never had red in her life before. So she was still a little skeptical. Once again, what really came to our help is a Style My Hair Pro app. So we literally took Ekata through a virtual transformation of her color, and she said, I want to go red, but I really want to have something really warm. I really don't want something which is very cool or softer. I want a little bit more energy and fiery feel coming into my color. So also, when we looked at the head shape of Ekata, we found it's very fine, soft bone structure. So the idea was to create a lot of lighter pieces through the sides. Now, once we decided on the combination and the technique, so we went ahead with some beautiful placement. So the placement done for Ekata was majorly all the diagonal backward slices and weaves, because we wanted to create an illusion of some heavy pieces and some lighter weaves coming through. So all the sections were taken towards the front of the head, which is the diagonal backward slices, and stood right in front of Ekata, and we really painted our Machi contrast red on the sections. The next section which followed was colored with Majirel 5.5 and 30 volume. So that gave us a perfect background for my red pieces. Then alternating the next highlight not into a slice, but rather into a texture weave. So that really put a beautiful blend of heavy and softer pieces coming through Ekata's hair. So, so overall what you can see, the color is very, very less on the top. Yeah, the very less on the top, trying not to attract so much of attention on the top, while moving that to the side to create that illusion of more vibrancy and thickness to the sides, or maybe more broadness, in other words, more broadness to the sides. So that's it, what we have done for Ekata. Thank you so much. All right, so this is my beautiful model, Divya. So as you can see, Divya's personality, she's very confident about the way she's looking. She's super confident about the color that she's carrying. So this is precisely what we saw when Divya came to us and consulted about color. And when we talked to Divya about color, she was very assertive. She was ready to go red. He said, we would really like to enhance your features with red. And she told us, go ahead, do it. This is what I really wanted all my life. So we played around a lot of textured slices through Divya's hair. So majorly kind of playing with two different combinations of technique, because you can see, again, very soft, very delicate features, but there are some strong aspects coming to it. She has got really nice and beautiful sharp nose, really nice prominent cheekbone. So we really wanted to play around with that a little bit with the color placement. So what we really did was, keeping in mind the haircut is also pretty like a bob. We really played around creating more movement into the haircut by placing more diagonal forward sections at the front with Machi contrast magenta red. And when we went to the back of the head, what we did was we played around with Innova 5.62, sorry, Majidal 5.62, pardon me. So both the products were used with 30 volume to create maximum lightness and vibrancy, because we understood that she's someone who really like to get noticed in the crowd. Yeah, so beautifully styled, nicely sleek dried with the new steam port, which you might be more than willing to have in your salons. You can see a lot of shine being brought through the hair. Yeah, also on the fringe, we put some soft textured weave just to blend in with the rest of the hair. So the technique applied, beautiful color combinations, and she really feel much more confident herself. So thank you so much, Divya. Thank you. So once again, so we have our next model, beautiful model, Hithika with us here today. And as you can see, Hithika is a person who really want to have fun with her hair. Yeah, you see the haircut, it's very textured, very nicely, beautifully layered, with a lot of life and movement going through it. So our idea for Hithika was, again, playing around with the color and also keeping it pretty focal when it comes to the color application. So let me show you the way we have done it for Hithika. So we did a very beautiful and very creative placement of pieces or slices or angles which are kind of moving in and out through the hair. Yeah. So as you look at the face shape of Hithika, it's what it really needs is it needs a lot of attention around the face. You can see the features are quite delicate. Also, they are quite sharp. So maybe she can do a little bit with a bit of height enhancement. So we played around with sections of forward and backward moving triangles to create more life and movement and texture into the haircut. And also at the same time, especially around the face when we worked with a lot of money pieces, taking a straight out piece from the front hairline to the earline and really backcombing it nicely and putting a nice piece of money, a nice piece of face framing highlight through her face. So just to really attract a lot of light onto her face and make her skin looking much more warm and much more healthier. So as you know that the right placement of color can really liven up the skin tone and the eye color.
Please ask her old photos.
So let's see the picture that that we had, the before picture of Hithika, which she walked in with. So just to give an idea of the kind of transformation that Hithika has gone through. Right. So thank you, Hithika. Thank you so much. So the shade applied highlights in the family of red, which are, you can see these triangles being created on the head. And also, you can see the global color, which was Maji contrast red with 30 volume. And the global which we applied for Hithika is 5.5 and 30 volume. So today you saw we playing around with lots of red shades in our family. And you see every color is really enhancing the beauty of the woman who is carrying it. And that precisely, friends and folks, what we mean by red Chérie. Okay? And I said, like in the earlier time, there definitely is a red for everyone. So, but what is the secret to it? Does anybody remember? Would you like to type in? What actually is a secret for getting the right red shade for our client? For me, once again, it is the approach. Getting the language right. Knowing your combinations, knowing your client's personality, her personal style, her wardrobe, her makeup, everything play a crucial role in selecting the right shade. And most importantly, having the Learn and Connect app will help you to take your client through a virtual journey of coloration. So she literally can have a color without really having color on her hair and decide from there. So it's time to see the entire set of real transformation which you have done. So let's have them on stage. Okay, so we're going to have a 30 seconds break before we present all the models on the stage. So stay tuned. We are not done yet. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your participation. It's been an amazing day for us to be here with you and share all the information that we thought can really help you to develop more clientele and more business in your salon. So looking forward to meeting you with more boot camps and more education, but most importantly, I would like to thank the team who really worked behind it. Let me thank a very important person who really contributed to making this really happen for us. I would like to thank Rashmi for her support, and also Geeta Singh for her tremendous support in putting all this together, and our beloved Shweta Sakhni, who has been the backbone for us in putting this together. So thanks to all of them, but I would also like to sincerely thank my dear colleagues, Asta and Anushka, who have been really working hard to put this together for all of you. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed the last couple of hours with us. Do remember to offer Chérie to your clients. Do remember to hashtag your best look on the L'Oréal Pro Education India page and Facebook L'Oréal Professionnel India. Get recognized, become famous with all the effort that you put in your salon. We are here for you to help you achieve the success that you really want to achieve in your life and bring a smile on your client's face. Also remember to stay connected with us through SMH Pro and the Learn and Connect app. Yeah, these are great opportunities which you can use or leverage to build more reputation, client, and business. So on behalf of L'Oréal Professionnel and Team West One, the entire commercial and technical team of the West One team, we would like to express our sincere thanks and gratitude to you for spending the last couple of hours with us. So good luck. Until next time, goodbye.